Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. This time we're into the Cherry Kingdom, onto Aurora Glacier, and I'm trying to remember if this was a level which had the, what's his name in it? I want to say goat, but I feel like it's more like a yak or something like that you ride. He does have a name. It's something Japanese, I'm fairly sure. But, that is, like, I've said it before tonight, and I'm going to say it again. That is one of the most satisfying aspects of this game. Oh, nice! I did a combo by jumping off the corner there, which means I get twice the bananas for grabbing them in midair, and then I spit on the microphone to celebrate. I meant to say celebrate there. I worry that I said celibate, which means, well, if you don't know what celibate means, you know, well, don't look it up. Or do, educate yourself. It's when you don't have the sex. Let's see if I can boot this into the other two. Nope. Nope, I was trying to do a booting combo there. We only want to kick you once with a normal shoe. I think I said that the last time I was fighting these guys. And I'm also this time not going to say what the reference was. Because if you don't get that, quite frankly, that's appalling. Right. Sorry if I'm a little bit off kilter this episode. Right. So, bear with me on this one. Oop. Need to move positions for a number of reasons. So, I went to the toilet in between episodes, and then I came back and I was picking my bongos up. It sounds weird when you say it like that. Ooh, 100, nice. Yeah, I was picking my bongos back up, and ooh, yeah, you notice there when you're frozen, you got to wiggle the old. Wow, you got to do what would be wiggling the control stick, but here it's just hammer the bongos to escape. Yeah, I was picking my bongos back up and accidentally hit start. There we go. Now we're nice and underwater doing the combo. See, nice thing, and it just means that you are. Even if it's just a combo of 2, well, I mean, this is a combo of 3, but it still means you are constantly building up a combo while underwater that's basically impossible to lose, because, like, until you touch the land, like, even if I touch it there, like, you've got to touch it in the form of a jump. Oh, I was trying to jump off the wall, but I think I'd already done a wall jump at that point. Right, let's see. Can I choose which direction I... Ooh! God, they threw an ice coconut! That's not fair. But yeah, no, I was picking up my bongos again, and I picked him up and, in doing so, started the level because I hit either both or start. I think it's start, but possibly both also works. It's like when games on the title screen say press start, and usually pressing A works. Sometimes pressing any button works, which I don't feel is fair. Ooh, the old scorpion kick. Nice. But yeah, so I started this level completely by accident, and I wasn't quite ready yet. I hadn't poured myself a fresh gin, and I was still recovering... I just realised what I was going to say. I was going to say I was still recovering from the toilet, but that makes it sound like I did the dump of the century, which is not true. But I'd sat down and I wasn't quite. Oh, I do have to be closer to trigger him, and I just wasn't quite ready to start recording yet again. It wasn't like I shat my guts out. Oh, is there any way to block those, or do I just have to literally dodge them? Maybe. Oh, bugger! Ooh. Oh, damn it! I was hoping I could juggle it back up again. I'm really curious to see how this actually sounds, like whether the clapping. So, obviously, the clapping, I'm just, tapping the sides of the bongos. Partly because, right. God's sake. I think there's a coconut incoming, though, at least. There we go. Right, that's got to be him down. Yeah, there we go. And, whoop. Oh, crap, I cocked that up, didn't I? Yeah, I always find clapping difficult because... So I wear a ring on each hand, and... that makes clapping real challenging, because those rings hit each other perfectly. They are positioned weirdly, though. Oh god! Alright, okay, it's Frogula or whatever I called these last time. Stun them there. Grab the tongue. Pull the tongue out the gob. That's really dark, actually. It's like Pan's Labyrinth, but more fucked up. That's not true. That film's really fucked up. I love that film. But you know, when she feeds the thing to the frog, and the frog like spews up the key. Right. 44? I thought it was a good one. It drained me, so clearly it wasn't half bad. Right, what boss do we get? The answer is we're going to get any boss because we're on to the second level of the thing. It's just that first level was surprisingly long. So, oh bugger, I thought I clapped there. So occasionally you get set on fire, which means you have to hammer the bongos to be... Oh, nice! That went really well. It killed, and my kicking of the bat killed 2 other bats and got... Oh! Wow, there, I pissed it away again and then... Wow. Yeah, but no, weirdly though, so on my have to look at this. And this isn't a good time to look at things. On my left hand, my ring is on my... Is it called the index finger? The swearing finger. That's where the ring is on my left hand, whereas on... Oh, damn, I was hoping those would give me bananas. Whereas on my right hand, it's on my ring finger. Oh, right, this guy. Gotta wait for him to attack us. It wouldn't be Nintendo if it didn't have a deadly tennis game of tennis. I'll take those, thank you very much. Oh, and spooky floor man disappears. But yeah, so they're not even on the same finger. But when I'm clapping, they, like, without a shadow of doubt, you hear that? They always end up just, like, passively hitting each other. And also just here, like, clapping between your hands is hard, especially like, even if you're not trying to commentate. So I just tend to, I've always just, like, as long as I played, as long as I played this game, I've always just tapped the side of the bongos anyway, and it works fine. Right, I seem to remember even telling you in the game, if you don't want to clap, just tap the bongos. And it works fine, and it's just as much fun, because, like, the fact is, it's still different to all the other, oh, bloody hell. How the fuck? Oh, I've got to be on it when I clap, haven't I? Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. I was about to say, how the bloody hell can I get up there, but... Well, I'd forgotten entirely about this dude. Who remembers that game where you play as a panda ball? What the fuck was it called? It was an early Wii game. Where... So, you had to, like, navigate levels? Oh, I've stunned him. Good. There we go. Oh, it's one of these again, like the thing. It was an early Wii game. It was a Japanese-sounding name. Kororin... Oh, shit, bugger. I had my head in my hands because I was thinking so hard. Oh, it's a rock boss by the sounds of it. I think it was called Kororinpa? Where you had to get through levels... And you had to do it by tilting the level. It was like Super Monkey Ball, but on crack. And you had to like tilt the level by tilting the remote, and then you could lock it in place and tilt it even further and adjust gravity and stuff like that. And I remember it being really fun. But it was one of... I had a couple of games in the early Wii era, which I played... Oh, bugger, I thought I was going to hit him there. So here you got monkeys, and you've also got these old things. Oh, he's trying to do a deadly tennis game of tennis with me. Well, in fairness, the game has literally just taught me how to do that. Oh, my bongos slipped off my legs there. That's a strange thing to hear, but true. Oh, meteor! Oh, we're okay. Well, he's throwing more at us, but we should be okay. I'm just going to stay here. Ow! Well, staying here was a bad move. But yeah, I had a couple of like early Wii games, which I remember playing and enjoying, but then I sold them so much. I think it's partly because I was like 15 at that time and very, very poor. Because the other one was... Oh, it was Elabit? What was it? Eladies. Right. Funny fact about that game. It was called... So, it was a game where you go around a house hunting these little things, which are like electric creatures that like possessed a house. So you had to like go around the house trying to find as many like electrical devices as possible and shaking them to get these dudes to come out. But it was called Elabits as in Ellie as in electricity bits in every language except for in English, where it's called Eladies, which is partly upon an LEDs, and it's also the fact that in British English, bits is a very archaic phrase for one's genitals, and it was decided that it wasn't okay to have a PG game that had the word bits in it. So it ended up being renamed to Eladies in one of the more ridiculous cases of censorship. Like even by British standards, that's a tenuous, rude connection. But yeah, both Kororimpa and Elabits. I remember playing them. I remember enjoying them, and I no longer have them. So I'm guessing I must have just like I really went through a phase, and I fucking regret this, especially with a lot of GameCube games. I went through a phase of I would play a game. I'd beat it, and then I'd be like, well, I've beaten this game, so I'd sell it. I'd be like, well, I'm not going to play it again because I've completed it. And I'm just, like, Wii ones isn't so bad, maybe it is now, I don't know, I haven't actually seen what the market's like, but there are a couple of GameCube games I did that with, which I really fucking regret, because GameCube games are fucking hard to find nowadays. Because the one that I hate that I did that with the most was F-Zero GX. I love that game. I love F-Zero, and I can't even picture what was in my brain where I was like, I finished F-Zero, so I'll sell it. Partly because I play that game all the time. I love that game. And I can't remember. I cannot picture why I was like, well, I've beaten this game, so I'm clearly not going to play it again because that doesn't make any sense. And then I bought it back for like 40 quid because GameCube games are expensive now. And it's just, yeah, I've had to do it over. I think there's definitely a couple of GameCube games I've bought back. I sold my copy of GameCube Twilight Princess for like 60 quid, which is not bad. But nowadays it sells for a hell of a lot more because that was rare even at the time because they didn't print many of the... whatever the word is. They didn't make many of the GameCube Twilight Princess ones because, yeah, I think they decided the Wii was the way forward from there. Oh, you got a crest. And a silver crest. I'll drink to that. Yeah. The pilot gin. Good one. Palmer Violet gin is going down well. It's not pilot gin. Definitely... Oh, it's showing me the difference here between Combo 2 versus Combo 3. Note your man on the left had like 12. Yeah, 6 versus 18. Surprisingly, that's how multiplication works. Perform consecutive aerial moves to initiate combo counter. Yes, you've told me this before, I'm pretty sure. Right, time for more gin, which means opening the wonderful bottle. How did... Right, okay, that was a great sound, but it sounded like the cork was screaming. Can I do that again? It sounds like a sad puppy or something. I don't feel good about that. So, with that, we'll head on to the Peach Kingdom. Arctic Plunge and Ancient Foundry. Ancient Foundry, was that a Magic the Gathering card that was worth quite a lot? I think that was one of the jewel lands in Ravnica. I'm not sure if I've ever talked about how I used to play quite a lot of Magic the Gathering on this channel, but you know, there we are. I don't anymore so much. So much being at all. Stop playing around. Was it End of Ravnica block I stopped playing, or was it Time Spiral kind of? Well, I never did Time Spiral. My brother played a fair bit of Time Spiral, but I certainly didn't. But then I was thinking about it recently because I saw that Dungeons and Dragons is, because it's obviously D&D and Magic the Gathering are both Wizards of the Coast, and there was a D&D expansion coming out called Guild Masters of Ravnica. And I was like, that's really cool actually, because Ravnica was a really cool setting. Man, way to be exclusive, Doctor. Fucking no one is going to understand both of these references. I can probably count on one hand the number of people of my audience who have played both Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons. Or maybe I'm wrong. And if so, I hope to be pleasantly surprised. Oh, bugger! Oh, it's nice to relax at the end of the week. It's been a really long week for me. Right, let's bitch about stuff then. So, yeah, this week has been a... Okay, come on, kill the stupid idiot frog. Come on, there we go. So basically, this is the last week before Christmas. It's Thursday night tonight, and I'm off tomorrow for Christmas for good. That makes it sound like I'm not coming back, which I definitely am. We're underwater, so it's probably worth going back up to the left and starting off a combo. Come on. Get up to the left, you idiot monkey. Ape, I suppose. Yeah, it's clearly a gorilla. Let's do that, and 3. There we go. Yeah, no, I had a very long day on Monday. So, as everyone knows, who's watched my stuff at least, I'm a behavioral neurobiologist, so I work on locusts, and, oh, there's another squid pooping out the old bananas. So, oh, right, let's see if we can grab this guy. There we go. Oh, damn it. Yep, nope, there we go. We actually did get him there. Oh, no, we didn't. Yes, we did. Wonderful. Look, pull your tongue out, sunshine. Yeah, so I work on locusts. So on Monday, well, so animals, I'd set them up on Friday for experiments. Oh, but then that meant on Monday I had to run behavior on them, which takes about, for the number of animals I was doing, it took about 4 hours. Oh, God. Ow, fuck. Damn it, there goes my combo. Right, that's the annoying thing. If you get hit during a combo, you lose your entire combo. Because you know what I was saying about how, like, when you touch the ground, your combo finally pays off. But if you hit before touching the ground, you lose everything. Grab this guy's tail and it'll take you forward. So yeah, I ran behavior on these animals, which took about 5 hours. So it took me till about 4 o'clock. Then, so what I do is I give animals a kind of a drug treatment, which should reduce levels of a certain protein. Ah, it's one of these ones again. So the drug should reduce... Oh, ballsack. Awful. So you reduce levels of the protein, and then you test their behavior to see how reduction in that protein changes their behavior. Then at the end, you need to basically extract the animal's brain after it's dead and confirm that your treatment did actually reduce levels of the protein correctly. So that means running behavior took until about 4 or 5 o'clock. Then you gotta dissect all the animals and start off the process of measuring protein levels, which then took me till about 8, 9 o'clock on Monday. Then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed. Then I was, well, boy, this story just keeps getting more and more exciting, doesn't it? Tuesday morning, wake up bright and early for a funeral in another city. Just gotta wake up, get a train over to Birmingham. It's about 2 hours train from here. To my dear grandmother's funeral. And then from there, so I was there for like obviously the whole day. Then the next day, then I kind of came back. My train was hideously delayed on the way back. And it's the unfortunate thing of someone committed suicide on the train tracks, jumped in front of a train, not my train, but at the station I was approaching, committed suicide, which then meant the emergency services had to come, and basically between Birmingham and Leicester there's only one train track, so there's one track in each direction. Oh, bugger. So with the track I was on, like from Birmingham to Leicester, closed, there was no way to get between them. So I then had to get a train all the way. So I just come from Birmingham to Leicester, had to go all the way back to Birmingham, get another train up north, which is like so Leicester is south from Birmingham, but I had to go up north, grab another train to be able to go back down south to Leicester. So arrived back in Leicester 2 hours after I was supposed to. Then I had to... So with the same samples that I was talking about that I dissected on Monday, I then had to slap them onto a membrane. And there was 450 of them. So for each sample, it's take the sample, pick it up with a pipette, and blob it onto a membrane. And do that 450 times. Sounds straightforward, but took hours. And as it always does, it's not an easy process. So yesterday, about somewhere between 10:30 and 11, I finished that. I was like, oh, I'm heading home. I'm good. Headed home about, yeah, half 10, 11-ish. And then I was like, okay, well, at least I get a rest. Oh, bugger. Not quite. Because then I needed to be in again. Oh, Christ, that doesn't seem fair. Bastard. I'm aware that I've been playing almost this entire level without looking. Oh, that's handy. Note to self, jump in the lava. It sends you right back up to fight this prick. Ugh. But yeah, so then I had to be... So I spotted all those samples on finishing at 10:30. So by the time I actually got home, because I live a fair bit away from where I work, and bam! It was about 11 o'clock. So I got home about, yeah, 11, 11:15 by the time I'd socialised and stuff with my housemate when I got back. 46. Time around the Tusk. So I got back at 11, and then I knew I needed to be in at 7 the next day. I did very seriously consider sleeping in the office, but I kind of refused to do that on principle. Torch Tusk. And then this morning I was in at 7, and got back here at 7:30, because I was in again for a full day of basically using the samples I'd blobbed onto these membranes, then testing those samples for the protein I'm interested in. Basically, you blob thing, yeah, you slap more stuff onto that sample. Oh, look at that! Can I get another one on that? Oh, bugger! Damn it! Yeah, you put antibodies onto the samples, and which react to this specific protein, and if your protein's in that sample, by the end of the day, these samples, they glow, and they glow. The more of your target protein is in those samples, the more they glow, because the antibody only binds to the protein of interest, heat shock protein 90 in my case, and so the more heat shock protein 90 is in a sample, the more antibody binds to it, and the brighter it glows. Unfortunately, that's a really slow process. That basically you have it did the thing again where I was in the middle of throwing something and I thought I got it onto its heart, but I hadn't. But it was there immediately. So this should hopefully kill him. Maybe 160 is a lot of beats. So yeah, it only does 100 when you get. Each one must do 20 in that case, because I think no, I got 4 on there, so each one must do 25, which is fair enough. Ow, 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 oh, ow, Christ. So if you hit him there. Worth noting, I literally just figured this out. If you hit him when he's about to do that, I thought it cancelled it, but maybe not. Over to the left, and you're in the tiny area where you'll dodge it. But yeah, so that's the whole process today also took another 12 hours. So it's just been a really long week of long day, funeral, long day, which is always going to suck. But genuinely, I had today to look forward to, which sounds really sad. I was like, well, what do I have to look forward to? Drinking alone and playing video games, which sounds really sad, but genuinely, it's an enjoyable thing, and there's no easy way to explain this. Let's Playing doesn't feel like you're playing alone. I am. Obviously, I'm on my own in a room, and there's no one else here. But I'm talking so much, and I'm not just talking to myself. I mean, I am. Damn it. But I feel like I'm talking to someone, and so it's really nice to have that kind of after a. I don't want to say a shitty week, because it's actually turned out really well. Like, weirdly, the funeral was nice. Sounds bad, but it was, you know, when people say you don't want to mourn someone's death, but celebrate their life. The funeral was definitely that, and the actual funeral part of the funeral was obviously a bit rough, but then the immediately following that was so we're Irish funerals. Irish funerals are always interesting, because the actual funeral itself is always a very sober affair. In every sense of the word, but then afterwards, it's a lot of fun. And basically, I saw so many people, like so many family and friends and stuff like that, some of whom I haven't seen in like 10 years. Really nice to actually like see everyone again. So that was kind of really nice. It was like bittersweet because obviously we're only there because someone died, which is never great. But it was nice to see people, but then still kind of tiring, and I've just been toing and throwing on delayed trains and like there so late. So this is what I have to look forward to: is oh well, at least at the end of it, I can get drunk and hit the bongo. Ow, smack my table. I can get drunk and hit bongos for hours. But it's enjoyable anyway. Anyway, I've been talking for way too much. I was barely paying attention for the entirety of the Butt Kingdom. I should just sit back, right. So my chair, if I sit forward, like out of the chair, if I sit back into it, I was not doing it now, of course. I should just, yeah, sit back in a little bit more. If I bring the mic towards me. Ooh, there we go. Basically, I'm trying to lie back in the chair, but then I'm sitting forward to talk. But if I just lie back the whole time and bring the mic towards me, that makes a bit more sense. Anyway, that's the end of the first part of the J Kingdom, which is episode 5. Because I'm doing 2 kingdoms per episode, and I've done DK in the first half of J, which is wonderful. Next episode, we'll be doing the Melon Kingdom, and the Durian Kingdom. I hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.